Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free. And it's 100% ridiculously easy to use. We find it really convenient for Night Moves Radio and our Cloverleaf Radio network. We record when it's best for us, and best of all, we can record on the go or at home. With this easy app, it makes doing our show so much fun and very easy. Anyone wanting to start a podcast? I suggest using Anchor. Perhaps it'd be a great starting point for you.
Blog Talk Radio.
This is Clarence Cloverleaf, welcoming you to Cloverleaf Radio. Remember, you can always dial in at 646-716-4378. We want to watch your language, please, as we are an all-ages program. But we would be delighted if you would sign up for a Blog Talk Radio account, should you so desire, as it will keep you connected with us. And you can always download the newest episodes for free.
We're back for another exciting edition of Cloverleaf Radio. I'm the host with the Most Jimmy Falcon. Our special guest, Steve Keirn, is here, as well as another special guest. Steve, you might remember McMurray.
Who?
Yeah.
You better remember me. How you doing, stranger?
I'm doing awesome. How about
Good,
you?
Man. I'm glad to hear. I look for you at some of these show and tells, and haven't run across you yet. I saw Mike Graham not too long before, and run into a lot of the boys I hadn't seen.
You know, that cauliflower alley thing is a good thing, too, for seeing a lot of the guys you haven't seen. I haven't been out there, but
I haven't either.
Legends Luncheon tomorrow. Brian Blair throws a Legends Luncheon down here in Tampa, and a lot of the older timers show up, you know, and
yes, sir.
I'm going to go to that tomorrow about 1 o'clock.
Well, got Mobile coming up the 6th and 7th of March.
Wow, that's out of my driving range.
Oh, no, it's not for mine. It's 600 miles from where I live up here in the mountains of Tennessee with the snow on the ground.
Wow.
It takes me, I leave on Sunday morning and I go to Mobile, listen to me, Selma, Alabama, and stay with a gentleman there, and then go into Mobile on Monday, and just in time to find out my room's not ready. And then I help set up and everything. This is my 21st one, Steve. Brian Blair went 2 or 3 reunions ago for the first time, and he's been going regular. Ron and Robert even showed up a couple of years ago. Bill Watts, Orndorff. I've been trying to talk him into it. I saw him recently, and I got the story. But I mean, it's just unreal. Danny Hodge goes, Garvin goes. And we just have a ball. I mean, we sit there and tell lies for 48 straight hours.
You know, it's funny. They're probably not lies. They're probably a truth, but they're kind of close to a lie.
They are. Nobody believe it but us. I don't care.
Yeah, I know. And teaching all this next generation, when I was teaching them, they'd ask me wrestling stories. I'd try to tell them some, but then they looked at me like I was so full of crap. Ain't no way you did that.
Yeah,
you would have never left Terry Taylor 100 miles from Nashville at 1 o'clock in the morning when he got out to pee just because he was bothering you.
Well, stranger things have happened. I've got a few. So a couple I can't tell, but
yeah.
It's kind of the old kayfabe. But give it some thought. I'm on Facebook. If you're interested, I'll fill you in on it and make sure that they'll reserve you a room. And it's I think you'd have an awfully good time. Brian, I believe, is going to be coming. I haven't talked to him, but in the last year, but I'm sure he'll go. He had a ball. He just had a ball, and I know that.
I'll mention it to Brian tomorrow. It's a matter of fact, and see if he's going. Sure.
If y'all could go together, I mean, it'd be just peanuts. It's $35 for the reunion. You eat Friday night, big meal Friday night, and then a buffet Saturday morning till 11 to 2, something like that. And then there's entertainment and plenty of time to sit around and try to catch up, even though you can't in 2 days. Especially with you. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen you. But I've talked to. Who's the host name of this show? I can't ever remember. But anyway, I've talked to him about going down. And all you have to do is be connected.
Well, Jimmy, you got a hell of a show going so far, brother. You
Well, I think it's what they call a wizard. It's a wizard or something like that.
I get the old timers on, and I can't get a word in edgewise.
I know they're like women, ain't they?
Well, that's what I say. I'll put the name verbal diarrhea on it, and everybody looks at me like they got 4 heads, and then they break down laughing. So,
yeah.
But give it some thought. I'd love to see
It's better to talk to somebody that talks back.
Oh yeah, instead of talking to yourself, like it's anybody that's paid their dues. In Jimmy's case, he's done it on the radio. Referees, managers. Promoters, no marks. And it's just.
I don't know about them promoters.
We've outlived some of them. But,
you're talking about the guys with the deep pockets and the short fingers. Those are promoters.
Yeah, they got one pocket, and it's only for in. Now, I went to the Cauliflower Alley in I think it was '96. I went over there. I was coming in from a funeral in Kentucky, and I pulled in the garage down there, and Moolah comes running out. Boy, I'm glad you're here. You got a presentation to make. Well, fortunately, for being at a funeral, I had a coat and tie. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had one. And it was good, but the marks were all over. I haven't been to Vegas, but it was really awesome. And it turned out Jack Donovan and I had a presentation for Jerry Briscoe, and it went real well. So, and that was in Tampa. But I give it some thought. I'd love to see you, and I think we could have an awful lot of fun. I know we will.
Cool. What month is it?
It's the 6th and 7th of March. Now I get out early, like I say, to help set up down there for the last few years. I've been doing that to help them out a little bit because all the old board has died. Bob Kelly, Lee Fields, both the other Fields brothers are gone.
I worked for Lee Fields when I was just about 20 years old.
Well, I never worked that territory at all down there, and I came up here. Yeah, I came up here in '74 from Florida. I was here from '74 to '83. Went back to Florida, and I came up in '94 to do a Legends thing, referee a Legends thing for Cornette, and it was Garvin and Stomper against Orton and Slater. And as we were leaving, Garvin said, "You got to go to Mobile this year?" I said, "What in the world? I didn't lose any in Mobile." So I said, "What's it like?" "I never go to them things." Well, he gave me Bill Bowman's number, and I called Bowman. We talked for a solid hour, and I didn't know him from Adam's House Cat. And he sold me on it. And the next, this was in August of '94. In '95, I went down there. I came up from Florida, and I flew up, got a car, went to the motel, didn't know anybody, went to the building and didn't know anybody. But 5 minutes later, I knew everybody. So the camaraderie is just unreal. And then I talked Garvin into it, and he finally came down. He's missed a couple because he was driving people down. Everybody he drove down died. Tim Woods, that's the truth. I wouldn't walk around the block with him much. Let's ride with him. But he'll be there.
Ronnie, then. You're talking about Ronnie Garvin, right?
Yeah. I've stayed in touch with him.
I knew them all. Jimmy was my tag team partner for a long time down here in Florida. But, I rode with Ronnie. I actually got in an airplane with Ronnie, and he was out of his mind. But it was fun. I'm still alive. So.
Well, I was supposed to fly a couple of times with him, but I had real big back trouble. I had a yellow streak that went from my shoulders to my behind when it came to that. So, but we stay in touch quite a bit. We've been up to that house he built up in North Carolina, West Virginia rather. And when you come into Charlotte, he stays here at the house all the time when he comes through, and he'll be staying here in March because he'd be turkey hunting with a neighbor. And he's down there now in a fifth wheel. He went down right after Christmas and stayed in the Panhandle down there in some camp that he goes to down there. And he and Glenda will meet us at the reunion. So it's really something to think. Give it some real serious thought. And if you're able to go, I'll give you all the information.
Sounds like a good time.
You will have a ball, I guarantee it. And if you don't, I'll give you money back out of my pocket. I'll take our loan out.
Hey, Jimmy, did you hear that?
I did. I'm going to be going to court on your side, so I think it's better now.
Oh Lord, Terry Mace. Oh no.
Bobby Heenan told me one time he went to the cauliflower thing, but ox baked it drove him nuts. He told me it was such a bad time that I felt bad for him, and I didn't ever go.
Well, Watts came down too, and he had a ball. I think he's moved to Florida, if I'm not mistaken. But I've heard about that one that you're going to this week because Dottie Curtis tells me all about it. And
that's right. She comes down from Jacksonville.
Yeah, she doesn't like to drive by herself is the problem. Buddy Colt's been to the one in Mobile.
No, has he?
Yeah, you'll have a ball. I know you have a good time with those down there. I'd love if it wasn't quite so far. I'd love to go to one of those, even though I never actually worked. Well, I did too. It's when I first got into business for Tampa. Well, I worked for the Fullers basically, but it was we had an awful lot of fun. Still do.
Yeah, you too. Well, cool.
The camaraderie's not the same, Steve. To me, of course these kids have got to work a day job. Well, they got to work a day job.
This is an ever moving train that, a lot of guys got on and off and stuff, but this is kind of all I ever did my whole life since I was almost 15 years old. When my dad was a prisoner of war, Eddie took me under his wing, and I was learning stuff and doing stuff, and even selling Cokes and hot dogs at the Armory and crap like that. And, and I just retired at the end of December, and I've seen 4 generations. And then this last one. You're saying there's no camaraderie, but there's
I didn't say that. It's not like it was.
No, I agree with you because I'm part of the new generation. Most of those guys on Monday Night Raw had something to do with teaching them. And it's not like anybody owes you anything, but it's not like you're friends. You know what I mean? It's almost like it's a flash by. It goes by so quick. This is what's missing. It's missing the time you were in cars and riding a trip every night. That's where you learned about each other and stuff. So they don't really learn. It's a different business, but it works. They're making money, so it's cool.
Yeah, well, the Indies aren't doing much up here anymore. It's to the point where if they break even, they're making money, and it shouldn't be that way.
Well, this is this is just my opinion about the business, but this is what I viewed it. Our business is basically it draws by who's on the card. It's not brand driven. Like if you just advertise, let's just say you're promoting 2 towns, even here in Florida. If I go to Ocala and say, okay, I'm running a big MMA show, I don't have to put anybody's name on the card. I can just put, I'm running an MMA show and I've got 10 matches or 10 fights. If I go to Orlando or Ocala or anywhere and I go, I'm running a wrestling show. This guy's on the card wrestling this guy, wrestling that guy. I've never heard of this guy. I never heard of that guy. I don't know those guys. I don't know that guy. That's what happens. And so the difference is we're